Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So guys, just wanted to start this video off today with John Deaton's tweet. Almost 15,000 international holders have signed. Guys, this is if you want to be part of the class action if you are not an American citizen. So I do not know how many of you are out there listening from around the world. Please do put it down in the comment section just for interest's sake, if anything. But if you haven't, please do take a few seconds. It only takes a few seconds to sign, and I will link this tweet in the description of the video. If you guys are not from the US and you do want to be part of this, it's 100% free to do, and it can make a difference. So just to add here, I will also link the change.org petition. So this is the petition to Senator Sherrod Brown and Pat Toomey and Representatives Maxime Waters and Patrick Henry. We are writing you as the chairpersons and ranking members of the U.S. congressional committees overseeing the Securities and Exchange Commission because we are foreign citizens and digital asset holders who have been grievously harmed rather than protected by that agency. So I know maybe at the beginning of this you thought maybe you would only have a case if you were an American citizen. That is certainly not the case, and John Deaton is here to help out all international XRP hodlers as well as American ones, obviously. So John Deaton, a great lawyer, helping out the XRP community. I will link this in the description of the video. And, if you do have a connection to foreign XRP communities, I know some of you guys may be from Europe or from Japan or elsewhere, South Korea. I know I have some viewers from South Korea. Share it with other XRP hodlers in your region where maybe a language barrier could be an issue as well. Anyway, wanted to just mention that, guys. Novati. Wanted to mention this, guys, because this great news for Ripple partner Novati. Now, we know Ripple does have a 40% stake in the company Novati, and they have just achieved a 53% sales revenue growth in the December quarter. So here are the highlighted points, guys. Fintech business Novati achieved a 50% year-on-year sales revenue growth to $5.8 million in the December quarter. Novati's payment processing business contributed to 122% year-on-year in quarterly processing revenue to $4.9 million, making it 11 straight quarters of record revenue. The digital payment service provider acquired payment business ATX, which is now by extension a Ripple partner as well, who's set to positively contribute to revenue and expand Novati's presence in Southeast Asia. Novati also won acquiring licenses by both Visa and MasterCard, which may lead to increased margins, and it received a $10.5 million investment as it works towards securing a full banking license, and company shares are up 5.26% to trade at 30 cents. So great news there for Novati, and didn't realize their shares were only 30 cents. Maybe a good buy, of course. Not financial advice, but considering Ripple is 40% invested in this company and we are seeing nothing but positive news coming out for Novati, it might be something to make note of. Gonna continue, guys. This was from last week, but the Wrath of Kahneman tweeted this out recently. He says, this article is a nice overview of SCB, or Siam Commercial Bank's recent investment in SBI Digital Markets, SBI's new subsidiary based in Singapore. SCB and SBI have a lot of tie-ups now, investing in SBI Digital Markets, Signum, and Ripple together. So just outlining that, here's an article in December of 2020 giving you some history. SBI set up a new subsidiary, SBI Digital Markets, based in Singapore. The company will target institutions to help with issuing bonds, stocks, and alternative assets as security tokens in Southeast Asia, subject to regulatory approval. The news is that Siam Commercial Bank venture arm SCB10X has now invested in the company. In Japan, organizations tend to be more open about the proportions of shares owed, but details have not been disclosed yet. And this isn't the first time that SCB and SBI have collaborated, so they have seen collaborations in the past. Back in 2017, the two organizations worked together using RippleNet for cross-border payments. Earlier this month, digital asset bank Signum announced a $90 million investment round in which both SBI and SCB10X participated. So in this article, they do mention specifically the RippleNet connection back in 2017, and now we are seeing more collaboration with these two financial organizations. So both organizations have significant interest in blockchain and digital assets. SBI has collaborated with Signum for a fund that invests in blockchain and digital assets. Likewise, SBI 10X created a $50 million fund back in February of 2021. So, the tie-ups is what Wrath of Kahneman is really noticing here. When these companies get together and pool resources, this is where we start to see really big things happening. And I just talked a little bit about all the collaborations that both of these companies have had over the last several years. Collaborations with other companies, not necessarily each other. Like down here, they also mentioned the Switzerland 6 exchange. But then think of the collaborations when they pool their resources, and of course that interwoven connection, RippleNet, XRP, using the XRP ledger for cross-border payments. Who knows what could come out of this? Anyway, great observation here from the Wrath of Kahneman. And just going back to international markets and what El Salvador is doing. So this guy is coming from Michael at Val5 Links. The International Monetary Fund is telling El Salvador to forget about Bitcoin for good and to forego any further plans involving the world's #1 cryptocurrency. So El Salvador made history, of course. We know that it had made Bitcoin legal tender back in September of last year. Many agencies, though, throughout the world scowled at this idea, including the World Bank. The agency stated that it was not going to be helping El Salvador in any way when it came to implementing its Bitcoin agenda. And those are pretty strong words from world agencies. Of course, we know there is an agenda. Of course, we know all these global agencies are interconnected, do have a connection with the World Economic Forum. And guys, if you know about the central banking system, you realize how corrupt it is. You can see why these governmental bodies do not want to aid El Salvador if something were to happen. El Salvador, in their eyes, have gone rogue, are using a cryptocurrency, God forbid, for financial transactions in their company. And not only that, they have made it legal tender. So now it looks like the IMF is joining the ranks of the World Bank, warning El Salvador that continuing its present path can only lead to trouble and despair. So a red flag warning, probably. In a report, the monetary firm explained that using Bitcoin creates an environment of heavy risk. It also said that using Bitcoin calls into question the nation's market integrity, financial stability, and consumer protection. The document concluded by stating it also can create contingent liabilities. And so, it's interesting because why would the World Bank and the IMF care so much unless it actually is a threat to the world monetary system? What if El Salvador thrives and other countries recognize this? Would it mean that other countries would jump on board the Bitcoin train? Obviously, maybe another cryptocurrency. Who knows? There are so many options out there. And I think this is the World Bank and the IMF trying to nip this in the bud. Of course, on the other side of things, the global financial system, the one that is in ruins currently, the ones that the powers that be essentially want to destroy before building it back up again, but on their terms, that is the financial system that, whether their plans work or not, is going to be utilizing XRP for liquidity. There's so much evidence pointing towards that, not just XRP, but Stellar's XLM as well. And so looking at this, is this just one step to try to dissuade other countries from moving on to independent cryptocurrency systems, I guess, like Bitcoin, and moving towards a new financial system? Of course, the people in power want to hold all the power, and seeing this is a threat. And I know some of you guys have probably heard about this. Tweeted out by Dr. Peter McCullough, coincidentally. It took truckers and the supply chain to get Canada's attention. I mentioned the heroic Canadian truckers at a packed event in Illinois yesterday, and there was a standing room ovation. America and Canada are waking up finally. Now, guys, I don't usually talk about this kind of stuff. This doesn't have to do with cryptocurrency directly, but indirectly, it does have a great impact because everything is interconnected. So this stemmed from the beer flu, of course. Government overreach is coming to an end. A massive truck convoy apparently is heading to Washington after Ottawa. And so the truckers are currently in Ottawa right now protesting mandates. Again, I don't want to get into that too much, but I do want to tie this into the Great Reset, the World Economic Forum, and how they have their Group of Young Leaders program. One of the young leaders is Canada's Justin Trudeau. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this clip. This was from before. This was from when he was first elected, I believe, back in 2015. And he was being called out by this lady, even at that time. Listen to this.
You've sold us out to globalism.
Okay.
You are not working for Canada. You are working for your globalist partners. I wonder how much they're paying you to betray Canada. Okay. What do we do with traitors in Canada, Mr. Trudeau? We used to hang them for treason. And you're doing that very same thing to us now.
Okay. Boy, that just gave me shivers. We hang them for treason. Fast forward several years and Justin Trudeau is in hiding right now as the truckers surround Ottawa. So there is a connection with XRP, Ripple, the distributed ledger, and what was called Project Jasper. Now, this was from back in 2018, and I just wanted to bring this up for some context here, guys. Bank XRP tweeted this back in 2018. Canada, Project Jasper, Phase 3, October 2018, security settlement using distributed ledger technology. And the PDF is right here in the tweet. You can see, though, partnerships with TMX, R3, Payments Canada, the Bank of Canada, and Accenture. Second from right is from the Bank of Canada. How do central banks grade cross-border payment systems now? Could you tell us, do you like working with SWIFT? Is it state-of-the-art, or is it because it's backwards compatible with an abacus? Being a little facetious there. So this is Swell 2018 Central Banks Show and Tell. Again, in this tweet thread, another tweet here from Bank XRP. They did very well with that submission. Canada really only has 5 banks, and that is true. Canada does only have 5 major banks. Ripple is in at least 4. We know Ripple has permeated, I believe, the Bank of Montreal, I believe TD Bank, Royal Canadian Bank, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe one more. So he goes on to say, dive into Project Jasper. And so that's essentially what I wanted to talk about. This will give you a bit more information on Canada and banks. So in Canada, a lot of the banks are already RippleNet enabled. The Bank of Canada did a pilot project with, I believe, the Central Bank, or was it the Monetary Authority of Thailand? Or Monetary Authority of Singapore. That was Project Jasper. So they were trialing RippleNet, XRP, sourcing XRP for utility. And so the reason I say this is because this brand new financial system has been set up from day one. This is a plan that has been in the works. And, you know, whatever you believe about the beer flu or mandates or people getting stuff put in their arms or whatever, that kind of doesn't matter. Well, I mean, it does matter overall, but the point I want to make here is that everything is interconnected. It all comes back to following the money. It all comes back to the current financial system not working, globalists wanting to tear it down and build it back up, but on their terms. So Canada, interconnected with RippleNet, XRP, already enabled in 4 or 5 of Canada's banks, and Justin Trudeau here being accused of being a globalist. And just, you know, look at how he's standing. Take a look at his expression there. Seems to me like he looks like a guilty little boy who's been caught with his hand in the cookie jar. And I mean, for many Canadians, you know, some Canadians like Justin Trudeau. They like him. He's charismatic, a great orator, a great leader, well, or at least he appears to be. So is he tied in with the World Economic Forum? And how deep is the World Economic Forum's ties with governments around the world? Well, it's interesting, guys, because I also found this clip here. This was posted to my personal Facebook page, and I thought I'd save it for a video. Here's a clip of Klaus Schwab in 2017 saying he's proud his World Economic Forum infiltrates governments, and he personally knows more than half of Trudeau's cabinet. Yeah, that's right. Watch this.
And I have to say, when I mention now names like Mrs. Merkel, even Vladimir Putin and so on, they all have been young global leaders of the World Economic Forum. Mm-hmm. But what we are very proud of now is the young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, that we penetrate the cabinets. So yesterday I was at a reception for Prime Minister Trudeau, and I know that half of this cabinet, or even more half of this cabinet, are actually young global leaders of the World Economic Forum.
And that's true in Argentina too. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's true in Argentina as well.
It's true in Argentina, and it's true in France now. Mm-hmm. I'm with the president, who is a young global leader. But what is important for me...
And the clip ends there. So Klaus Schwab admitting it, more than half of Justin Trudeau's cabinet he knows personally and are on board. As he puts it, you know, they are young global leaders on board with the World Economic Forum's mandates, the Great Reset. So is it any surprise? I mean, for some Canadians, I'm sure it is. And is this any surprise? Why the Canadian truckers are heading to Ottawa? Well, they're actually there right now. And guys, you'll never guess how much they have fundraised. Over $9.1 million. The cause is real. I know many American truckers are also standing up against this. The mandates, protesting for freedom. And I guess there's also this possibility that, you know, if globalists do fail, what happens? What happens with XRP? What happens with the new global financial system? Well, I mean, that's an interesting question. I don't think we are going back to the system we had. I still think that there are many developments within blockchain DLT technology that are going to be implemented regardless of if this nefarious globalist plan succeeds or not. Think about all the benefits. Think about how many partnerships Ripple has worldwide right now, utilizing ODL. So, you know, we're in a pretty good position. I think people that hold cryptocurrencies that solve problems, I think Ripple was hedging their bets. Being in good with the World Economic Forum, I don't think hurts them necessarily. However, you know, even without globalists backing them, they are still proving globally that RippleNet works, which ultimately means more demand for the XRP token. Here's how I look at it. We're going to need a financial system regardless. So I guess we got to ask, Justin Trudeau, are your days numbered? I think Klaus Schwab just outed you. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.